What's up, y'all, and welcome back to CountryCast. So last night, we all saw the 55th Annual ACM Awards show take place, and we all saw it come to an end. But the problem is, when the show ended last night, boy did it leave a sour taste in country music fans' mouth. They went to bed angry, fans went to bed frustrated, shocked, and just outright confused at what they had witnessed. And that's because we witnessed the first ever tie in the Entertainer of the Year category. Carrie Underwood and Thomas Rhett walked away with the award. I gotta be honest, the whole thing just felt a little bizarre, out of place, and awkward. It just didn't seem to fit. And man, Carrie Underwood fans are hot about this. They are just over all of what they are witnessing right now. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and stick around because we're gonna be dissecting this and really taking a look at if this award that the both of these artists won really even meant anything to them at all. Stick around. And just real quick, before we get started, remember to head on over to our social accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to give us a like and a follow. Our Facebook is CountryCast, our Instagram is CountryCast News, and our Twitter is @CountryCast News. Remember, if you are new here or if you've slid by the YouTube show before and just haven't had that opportunity to hit the subscribe button down below, please go ahead and do so. And remember to turn on those notifications as well so you never miss out on any breaking updates on your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. All right, so let's go ahead and lay out our basic foundation with what we're talking about, looking at it from a prelim point of view as if nothing has happened yet. Last night was the 55th Annual ACM Awards, and the Entertainer of the Year award category had the nominees of Luke Combs, Luke Bryan, Eric Church, Carrie Underwood, and Thomas Rhett. Now, what I want you guys to do is really think about that list that I just gave you. Really think about the award, which is Entertainer of the Year, and think about that list. And ask yourself, who am I voting for this award? I don't know if there's many of you out there, but I would imagine that Thomas Rhett is probably not your first pick for Entertainer of the Year. And hell, he might not even be your second pick. But that's the crazy thing. Last night ended up in a tie to where Thomas Rhett still even hit pretty much the second place mark, in my opinion. There can be a tie in this award category, and that's according to the ACM's policy when they talk about voting and ballots on this specific award. The exact verbiage in that policy actually states, in the case of a tie, all winners will receive an award. So, okay, this can happen. A tie can happen. That's what's been laid out in front of us. But can we be honest here? The timing of this tie just doesn't feel right. All right, with everything that we have been talking about in country music up to this point, it just doesn't feel right. I mean, hell, back in 2019 at the CMA Awards, that was geared towards the female country artist because there was a lot of controversy surrounding the fact that the exposure for female country artists was just not there, especially on country radio. And the CMAs that night were focusing on the legendary and outstanding women in country music. But Carrie Underwood was a nominee that night as well for Entertainer of the Year. And might I remind you, she did not win. Garth Brooks won. But hell, he's not even in the conversation anymore. He's backed out. So Carrie Underwood, she was back in as a nominee again. But this time did not win the award solo. Thomas Rhett tied her. And I'm telling you guys, I'm sure you have seen it. Since that happened last night, Carrie Underwood fans are pissed. Not to mention the Eric Church fans out there, because in their mind, he got snubbed again too. And hell, Luke Combs was in the lineup, and we got Thomas Rhett tying. Something just doesn't feel right here when we look at this situation and the timing. Let's just go ahead and see what Carrie Underwood fans had to say about this situation. So the ACMs put up their post as soon as this was announced. How lucky are we? This year we have not one, but two winners for Entertainer of the Year. Congratulations to Thomas Rhett and Carrie Underwood. And of course that followed with a bunch of tweets down in this thread. It starts off with, I love that she won, but this bullshit, last time I checked, this wasn't fan voted, so how can there be a tie? It continues, another Twitter user writes, love that she won. She definitely deserves this, but seriously, y'all, you really can't stand to have a female have a solo win, can you? Shaking my head. Next Twitter user writes, ACM'd ruined a good night of feel-good moments. Carrie is more than deserving as the standalone entertainer of the year. Long overdue at the fact, and happy she won at least. I do agree with this guy Chris here, because I gotta say, it was actually a really good award show, especially with no fans in attendance. So I do agree, feel-good moments definitely happened, and then all of a sudden, we get hit with this shock of an announcement. The tweets continue with, seriously? What are you gonna tell her when you can't have Entertainer of the Year by yourself, and it needs to be shared with a man? Y'all know nobody compares to Carrie Underwood right now. Next up, God forbid a woman wins Entertainer of the Year, right? You didn't dare to take the award from her because you know that she is the one who deserves it the most this year. But you had to invent something to give the award to a man too. And finally, they just can't bring themselves to give it to a girl without strings, can they? Carrie Underwood fans are upset right now. They are just not feeling what Nashville is putting out there. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Thomas Rhett. I want to make that very clear. Thomas Rhett is a hell of a country artist, especially when he puts his focus into country music and not this crossover pop sound that we normally get from him. So I do shout out to Thomas Rhett. He is awesome, and he even sold out arenas last year in 2019. So the man's an entertainer. He is a country artist. Not saying he's not worth it, but I think when you look at the totality of the circumstances here, it's a bit questionable. So now let's look at two videos. These two videos come from ACM Awards social media accounts, and it's Carrie Underwood and Thomas Rhett giving a little bit more of an acceptance speech backstage, if you will, after they win this award. And let me know in the comments after you see these videos and tell me what you think about how they sound, how they seem to be excited about the award. It does seem to be a little off, or maybe not as excited, and that could be because there's no fans in attendance and the show had a bit of a different flow in general. But maybe you'll see what I'm talking about, because to me it feels as if the two of these artists were just not acting the way we normally see people with a victory.
This was just such an unbelievable night. It was an honor for me in so many ways. I got to honor some of my heroes and, of course, walk away with one of these. So it was a great night. Hi, everyone watching.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Thomas Rhett. I'm beaming. My heart is racing. What an amazing honor. I cannot thank the fans enough. I cannot thank the ACMs enough. This does not happen alone. Thank you for showing up to our shows, for singing our songs, for clapping, for raising your hands, for just being crazy with us. This is such a huge honor, and I will never forget this moment. Thank you so much.
Now, taking a moment to focus on Carrie Underwood's video. This is her third Entertainer of the Year. We're talking about history here, folks. History. I don't know about y'all, but if I just made history in some kind of record book, I would be ecstatic and all over the place. I don't even know what my emotions would be. But that is her third Entertainer of the Year award. And it just felt like there was something missing. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me. But it just felt like something was missing in that acceptance speech. Now, seeing Thomas's video, the first time ever winning Entertainer of the Year, and he starts out kind of sounding like, I am beaming. It's almost like as if he just has to say something, but he's not really sure if he should have the award. I don't know. That's the feeling that I get about this. And this situation is just, God, it's just so bizarre. And who knows, the two of them could be extremely ecstatic and bouncing off the walls off camera, and we just didn't really see that. But the feeling is just something different about their win here. And it is a bit frustrating that this is a history-setting moment for Carrie with her third Entertainer of the Year, and it was a tie. It is just kind of, it's kind of frustrating to see, and I know that Carrie fans, clearly, as I showed earlier in the video, they're pissed about this. It just doesn't sit right. But guys, please tell me what y'all think about this down below in the video. Even share your frustrations or just share your happiness about what happened at the ACMs last night. Luke Combs, Luke Bryan, Eric Church have not yet come out and really spoke much about this. I gotta say this here, Eric Church. It would not shock me if he does end up coming out and saying something about this, because he's not one to keep it to himself. He said things in the past, so we may be hearing from Eric Church very soon about how this played out. Guys, that will be it for today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Turn those notifications on so you never miss out on any breaking updates on your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. Y'all stay country.